I think there is a very wide range of what we can expect from a musician, and what constitutes completeness to one person could be incomplete for another person. So I think a lot of it is a matter of perception and what one is personally looking for in a musician. Different music systems have different expectations of an artist. As far as Carnatic music goes, we have to differentiate between a vocalist and an instrumentalist, obviously. But for a vocalist, for example, um, definitely working on one's voice is important. The tonality, range, and all these things take many years of solid training. If one is gifted, assuming that one is already gifted, it still takes many years to consolidate one's existent talent. And when it comes to an instrument, gaining command over the instrument, speeds, range, again the tonality, all these things take a lot of time to understand and attain mastery over. Beyond all this, of course, one needs total command over the melodic aspects, which is Shruti Shuddham, and in our music we need Gamaka fidelity and other little things like understanding a raga properly, and what are the important ingredients that go into giving a raga its core identity when we represent it. All these things, a thorough understanding of those aspects and the rhythmic aspects, because in our music we not only just assume that the rhythm is there, we actually express it in so many forms, including at the very basic level, which is tala. And then how else can we express rhythm in so many forms, both overt and covert ways? For example, in tanam we need to be able to execute rhythm in a way that is obvious, but still it's not like putting talam and singing. So there are so many layers to one's own understanding and expression of these aspects that one needs to work hard to distinguish between each of these and try to communicate everything true to its nature. When it comes to compositions, again, we're looking at a very large pool of resources, so many different composers, compositional styles, languages, and expressions of mood, and so many settings in which they've been composed. So, getting a hang of so many of these varieties is it's an incredible learning curve. So, what kind of weightage do you need to give each piece when you practice and when you perform? The weightage you need to give are very different. So, again, slow compositions, fast compositions, compositions with multi-layered sangatis. There's such a range of things we are looking at. A varnam is so different from a kriti. So, how do we handle all these different things? So, the learning curve teaches you so many things as you go along, and then how do you absorb and internalize everything at the end of it? Looking at the Sahitya Bhava is very essential to understanding how to project that aspect of music. But there are times when the music supersedes the Sahitya Bhava at some given moments. So, knowing to discriminate those things as well is a big learning curve for any student and a performer. And at all points of time, keeping cognizance of these multiple aspects becomes a challenge, and then maintaining your delivery at different stages of your life. Again, these are things that keep you on your toes. And beyond all this, in Carnatic music, we are also challenged to be creative and excel at so many varieties of creative music. Raga, Alapana, Tanam, Neraval, Kalpanaswarams, Virittam, Ragam Tanam Pallavis, and Tanyavartanam, just to name all of them. So, and each brings a very special side of Carnatic music. raga lapna, like pure melody, to pure rhythm, tanyavartanam, and then everything in between. So, um, you know, getting control over all these things and getting better and better at all these things takes a lot of time and experience, even for the most gifted people. And we have seen master musicians um, dedicate themselves to this for a whole lifetime. And when we see that they've excelled at so many of these aspects and have managed to create so many different ideas and ideals for us, it's very inspiring, and it's definitely hope giving for music students and music aspirants at all levels. See, a guru not only helps you understand the path that you're about to take, he keeps guiding you along the path as you reach certain vistas. So, this path is very essential also because constant feedback is necessary. And of course, without us realizing at different points of time, our attitude towards different aspects can change. Our attitude towards, say, raga alapna, or what importance one needs to give compositions keeps changing. You know, the factor of ego or the factor of weaknesses keep creeping in on us at different points of time in our journey. And a guru's most important role that I see now is to keep you answerable to your own traditions. And without that answerability, the chance of one getting misleaded into, all the obvious traps of human weaknesses, is lying there in wait for you. So a guru's many most important role beyond the obvious stages of learning is to also keep you on the right track and keep you answerable to the art form. So I think it's very lucky if you find the right guru. And one's quest should also to be to find a good guru. And guru's role is not to just flatter you, but their job is to actually
Mm-hmm.
call your bluff when you need to be called.